Hello and welcome everyone. Update 0.10.2 has seen many additions to the game, including the light American cruiser Austin and Italian battleship Marco Polo. But before moving to what Update 0.10.3 has in store for us, I feel it's important I bring this to your attention first. Wargaming have announced quite a few ships will be removed when Update 0.10.5 goes live. Ships like Tier 6 T-61, Tier 6 Admiral Graf Spee, Tier 6 Erich Leeuwenhoek, Tier 7 Z-39, Tier 8 Lenin, Tier 8 Asasio, Tier 7 Haida, and Tier 7 Nelson will all cease to be available from their respective Armory or Premium Store positions. Wargaming have issued the following explanation why these ships will no longer be available due to a combination of their popularity and combat efficiency, and in order to maintain the proper level of diversity in teams in terms of ship composition, these ships will cease to be available for an indefinite period of time. They may return in the future, but any date is unknown. What this basically boils down to is, if you wish to attain any of these ships, you have until roughly the middle of June 2021 to pick up these ships, like the Nelson, for example, which is a free XP ship and can be purchased in the tech tree for 375,000 free experience. So, on to Update 0.10.3, and with it comes the full release of the Italian battleship tech tree, which will now be researchable for everyone, including the Tier 10 Cristoforo Colombo. 0.10.3 sees the return or revisiting of the Hamburg Dockyard event, where a new German Tier 9 destroyer, the ZF-6, can be built. So let's take a look at the ZF-6 in port. It's now in its final stage of testing, and while there may be some final balance changes before it goes live, I'm pretty sure it's close to the finished article. ZF-6 has a lot going for it, not only being the first destroyer to take its place in a Dockyard event, it has a relatively fast firing main battery with armor-piercing shells that can inflict significant damage and have enhanced ricochet angles, becoming even more lethal as ZF-6 has access to the main battery reload booster. Throw in additional charges of engine boost, smoke generator, and defensive AA fire, combined with decent concealment, ZF-6 is looking like a nice package. Just remember, the values you see here in port are still a work in progress. As soon as the ZF-6 comes out of NDA, I'll do a complete review guide here on the channel with gameplay. So make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon below to be notified when my new videos go live on YouTube. The rules of the new Hamburg Dockyard event are similar to those of the previous dockyards, but the number of shipbuilding phases and rewards are different. The construction process for the ZF-6 comprises of 22 phases. These shipbuilding phases can be completed by progressing through the Dockyard combat missions or by spending 2200 doubloons to pass through each phase. These combat missions of the Dockyard will span two updates, 0.10.3 and 0.10.4, and players will be able to complete shipbuilding phases in exchange for doubloons until the end of update 0.10.5. In total, you can pass through 19 out of the 22 shipbuilding phases by progressing through the Dockyard combat missions. For completing shipbuilding phases, you can earn coal, premium account time, elite commander experience, and other rewards. Upon completing the 22nd and final shipbuilding phase, you'll receive the Tier 9 ZF-6 in the Warpaint camouflage, a commander with 10 skill points, a port slot, and a commemorative flag. The first 4 shipbuilding phases involve the creation of ZF-6 design drawings, and then the building of the ship begins. If you complete the construction of ZF-6 by spending doubloons, make sure to keep progressing through the Dockyard combat missions, as completing each phase can bring you 3000 coal and 200 steel. There will be the usual starter packs for accelerating your path through these phases, the details of which will be available when update 0.10.3 goes live around the middle of April. Update 0.10.3 places the new branch of German destroyers from Tier 7 to Tier 9 right in the spotlight. The Tier 7 Z-31, Tier 8 Gustav, Julius, Maerker, and Tier 9 Felix, Schultz. These ships will all become available in early access on the live server when the new update is released. The main features of this new branch of German destroyers include extremely accurate main battery guns, with a large caliber for this ship type, 150mm, with very low dispersion numbers. They come with powerful AP shells with decent penetration, damage, and enhanced shell ricochet angles. And these armor-piercing rounds are capable of dealing significant damage to cruisers. They come with good armor for their type and large HP pools. Combined with this effective main gun artillery, this results in an alternate playstyle for the new German destroyers. They are essentially agile mini cruisers with powerful AP shells. The low DPM of their HE shells and their high detectability means that these new ships are not really designed for capturing control points early in games, but more of a very effective kind of support class. These new German destroyers also get the smoke generator consumable, which greatly improves their survivability. Starting from Tier 9, the Felix Schultz also gets the defensive AA fire consumable, which allows them to confront enemy squadrons with greater confidence. Besides very accurate main battery, these German destroyers also come armed with torpedoes, but the range and damage is average, but still quite effective against heavily armoured targets. As stated, these German destroyers will be available in early access. German tokens will be the new temporary resource, and you can earn them by completing weekly chains of combat missions. They can also be obtained from random bundles available for doubloons, free daily bundles, and also bundles in exchange for recruitment points in the Armory. The rewards for these German tokens include sequentially available bundles with the Tier 7 Z-31, Tier 8 Gustav, Julius, Maerker, and Iron Cross permanent camouflages for the new Tier 7, Tier 9 and Tier 10 destroyers, plus other rewards. A couple of the ports have also been updated, starting with the Hamburg port, with the German destroyer event very much in mind, being a much more foggy version of the current version, seen earlier in the video for comparison. I did quite like the Kronstadt port, as there is a full air raid in progress. I had to laugh at myself sitting for ages, watching all the AA going off from surrounding ships, bombs landing left and right, and the planes flying overhead. Quite a dynamic port, I thought. While you watch some of the new port footage, let me remind you I'll be posting full review gameplay guides here on my channel for all of these new ships, the Cristoforo Colombo and all the new German destroyers when they come out of NDA, hopefully soon. So again, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon to get free notifications when these videos are posted. Other changes in update 0.10.3 include a new game mode called Axis Vrs Allies, which is only for tier 8 ships. I did try a little bit of this on the test server, but unfortunately it was mostly bots at the times I logged in, but I can see it having some potential for some fun fights. There are a lot of very nice ships at tier 8, and I can imagine all tier 8 games being a nice alternative to virtually always being bottom tiered and heavily outgunned. So ends a quick glance forward of what we can expect in update 0.10.3, which will go live around the middle of April. I hope you enjoyed the video and it provided you some useful information. Feel free to hit that like button, it really helps out the channel a lot. So thank you very much in advance. You can also find me on Twitch, where I stream regularly every week, so feel free to come on over and hang for a while, or simply say hi and just relax with some chilled out live gameplay. I look forward to seeing you all. I'd like to thank you once again all for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more. Take a moment to check out some of my most recent videos and leave a comment below. And until the next time, keep sailing it like you stole it.